But you'll never realize, for your eyes you won't even realize. You can't lie what you can't see. You can't say me. All right, let's rock and roll, huh? Whoo! How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's rock that. We chilling, we chilling, we chilling, we chilling. Maximum chill, maximum chill. Let's take a look at what we got going on today. Notes. Alright, we did our protein shake. We gotta check. Wait baby. No, 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 no. ¿Qué pasó? Fue puta. Fue puta, fue puta, fue puta. Don't worry about that because we are here on the 8th, baby. Alright, we didn't get our fruit this morning, which is a thing. But we'll figure that out. 7th. Yesterday we did get our fruit. But we still need to get our fruit for today. Alright, we're gonna be taking a look at adding a counter to the iCal scraper. Shit. Take a look at the time zone for DigiSnaxx scrapers. And then, yeah, I guess do want to take a look at standardizing these scrapers. I think this is kind of just like the last week, because next week I'm gonna fully just chill the fuck out. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Well, that was fun. Adding a counter to the iCals. Oh, okay. We'll start with bunkers. Because we get... So here we get the data. You get that information. This is from the iCal library. Okay, and so this is where we're finally building the events. Build iCal event. Let's take a look at that. Let me, there we go. Can we do this? Damn, can't do that. So where are our build iCal events? All right. Okay. All right, so let's take a think here. And I guess maybe the idea is going to be compare this to something like this. Okay, because he see this is this is where we're doing this. Oh. Item count start. Yeah. Okay, so we are sending the scraper on through. So that's essentially what we need to do. If we take a look right here, this is where we're adding this scraper count, if you will. We'll rock on over. We'll take a look at the models here. We'll go up here and we see scraper. We've got the name. We've got the website that we're scraping. We have the calendar, that it's attached to. Here we have the items. This is where we have new items. Now let's take a look at, when we go up here, we do get scraper. See, but when we get the scraper, we should actually be setting this to 0. No. Ah, because it is setting at 0. This sends it on back, and here... See, and this works. This is reasonable. This is where we want to get the number of scrapers, or the number of events. This we still want to set to 0. Because after it's done running, that's when we want to grab the number of events. Because our item count start. Damn. I'm not really happy with this. Unless. See, because that's a deal. Like, I feel like this should have gotten zeroed out. Because again, I feel like this does need to get reset to 0. And I think that's it. That's what I was going to do right here. I feel like that's necessary, to be completely honest. And I'll check it later, but right now it follows and it flows. Because this is still getting item C. And that, because this resets our scraper items back to 0. So when we go and get the events, let's see here, get iCal events. Get iCal events, we're bringing the scraper on through. See, but here's the trick. We're only getting the scraper so that we can basically attach it to our event and use that later. Because this is where we have build iCal. And when we do the build iCal, I feel like we want the scraper to roll on through. And for every single one of these that pulls through successfully, we want to add our scraper item +1. Then, if I'm going to be honest, I think we're just going to do this. I realize that it's more database calls to do save. I actually don't want that. Because I want to think... I actually want to, like, be considerate of how much energy we're using. I mean, literally. And so maybe we can get away with just saving it at the end. And then we could do a nice little return here. The only other issue with this is going to be is that these scrapers sometimes get way more events than are needed. But I'm actually going to pretend that this is good for now. I'm exhausted. I'm just going to say that right out loud. So I want to get some things done just so I can say that I got some things done. Then I'm going to go for my walk and grab some fruit because I didn't get that this morning. I do want to investigate time zones though. And excuse me, I don't know why you feel as though you're able to do it. Shit! It's not what I want. Ah. There we go. That's better. Okay. Alright, this is where we gotta do some investigation. Come on now. Whoa. We should also take a look at what version of Django are we using? And we are using 5.1.1. That is perhaps an issue. And that's something that we're going to need to change as well because we're actually not too far behind. Okay. Okay, so now so that's the deal. We want to create time zone aware date time objects. Ooh. So that's where it is. We want to make sure that we are Okay. So time zone support is enabled by default, which is fantastic. So this is where it comes on in. So we want to set this. Oh my god. So this is where it all comes down to. So we want to make sure that everything is time zone aware. And then we're just going to maybe set... All right. I don't wanna. I don't wanna add middleware. I just wanna. You don't need template tags or template filters. Like I said, I'm actually exhausted this morning. I'm gonna take, okay. So that's where I guess I could take a look in the database. Let's take a look at this. Wait up. Oh boy. Alright, so this is actually pretty cool. Because we can actually roll over here. We can take a look at this. And now... that's where it is. I don't know if this is time zone aware. Oh, I don't want to do this. Huh. Okay, cool. So that's thank God. Okay. Because, yeah, I want to make time zone aware objects. What? Alright. Like I said, it's Monday. I just want to start this off. So I'm going to do that later. Like I said, I'm exhausted today, and this is just keeping up with the routine. Glad I got this stuff. I got a start on this. I got a start of understanding what the heck's going on here. Come on now, Timmy. And that was the other idea. I need more food. But I mean, a lot of this stuff is actually feeling pretty standard dizzled already. We got our get events, which is pretty exclusive to each scraper. Again, but it's see, and then this code is all basically the same. All right, what's happening here? Yeah, I get that stuff. That's all messed up. Any words on it? You see, because here we're setting the time zone again, and I'm wondering if could I do that for something like Boston and set it to like U.S. Eastern, and then we have time zone aware events. Hook and ladder, get listing, events. Back to kind of our nice little template. Get events, get events. That's chilling for the most part. I'm gonna be right back in a second. I gotta go to the bathroom still. It would maybe be good to make everything snake case or camel case. That would probably be useful. Alright, game on. I'm gonna go bathroom. Shoot though. Oy. Oh boy. I'm gonna do this later, maybe a bit on my own time, because honestly, it's Monday. I ain't gonna stress myself out about this stuff. We took care of a lot of business this past weekend, and even today. And I'm really, I guess I'll be totally honest with you. Like, I'm really proud of that. Because it really is, for me, it's just about kind of closing out everything about this year. It's really kind of, it's crazy to me what people felt comfortable putting me through. All because, essentially, I'm transracial. I'm not really a brown person. I'm not really an indigenous person because I was raised by wealthy white people who molested me. And I'm not saying that as a joke because I'm actually very serious about that. Joan was not a healthy person. And I had to deal with the consequences of that entirely alone, because people felt comfortable projecting all of their fears and delusions onto me, and that prevented me from getting the support that I actually needed. But people didn't care about that because, well, you're really a white person, so you can deal with it. You have that privilege. And it was hilarious to listen to these people like Aisha Gomez, or Nick Espinosa, or Ashley Fairbanks. But I know my white privilege. You obviously don't, because you're continuing to perpetuate colonial tropes. And you're probably mad at me for using the word trope, because that's not a word that's even in your lexicon. The word lexicon probably isn't even in your vocabulary. So let me use simpler words for people who are angry that I was raised by white people in a white community that abused me, and think that I somehow got some sort of privilege out of that. And these people, I mean, it was It was a community-wide smear campaign. Essentially founded on jealousy and envy. Which again is also sad. Because it's just sad. Let's finish this off. Because these people also paint themselves as mature for their behavior. And they can't even hold themselves accountable for it. And I guess a part of my job on the other side is to not overcompensate and try to do that whole rigmarole. And I think that's also why, to the other degree, I really just kind of put myself out there to be like, I'm not perfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect, and I'm not trying to paint myself as perfect either. Because that sets a standard that not even I can achieve. And I don't want to try to achieve that. I want to be me. Anyways, Peaches in.